There wouldn't be a day that goes past without Chris Sutton blasting Rangers. Welcome back to Fog Football. And Chris Sutton has voiced his opinion on Michael Beale. Now, maybe a day late to the party, a day late and $1 short to the party here with this comments that Chris Sutton made on Michael Beale. But we're going to talk about it regardless, because why the hell not, man? It's a big talking point, Rangers sacking their manager. But Chris Sutton ribs Michael Beale to shreds as ex-Rangers boss mocked with, and I quote, awful Cockney car salesman jibe. The Celtic hero refuses to hold back as he obliterates the former Rangers manager in brutal takedown. This has went back and forth between Chris Sutton and Michael Beale. Of course, Beale labelled him a comedy act, and then you've got Chris Sutton tweeting that some managers are comedy acts. Beale, of course, lasted less than a year in the Ibrox post, and even from a Rangers perspective, it looks like Chris Sutton's won this wee war of words. But let's be real. Let's not pretend that Chris Sutton is the greatest manager known to. No, he's fucking shite. He had one job at Lincoln City, and look how that went. But again, that doesn't stop us from voicing opinions, because I've never managed anybody, and I've buried Michael Beale. So, I totally understand the argument though. If someone like you, like a jobber, telling Cristiano Ronaldo how to put the ball in the back of the net. But at the end of the day, guys, it's football, it's sport, whatever. Everyone will have an opinion. So Chris Sutton has felt his opinion. He's voiced his opinion here on Michael Beale. And is Michael Beale going to respond? I don't think Michael Beale's really in the position to, fucking respond, to be honest. But Chris Sutton said the former striker believes he promised Rangers fans a FERRARI but could only give them a spluttering freewheeler. While the decision to take in a game at Ibrox, ironically against Aberdeen before Gio was sacked, was branded an awful way to approach it, Sutton reckons his sacking would be a life lesson for the Englishman. I mean, see, to be honest, I don't agree with what Beale did either. Like I said at the time, like, Gio's on the verge of getting sacked, and here's the guy that's been linked with the job the most in the fucking, director's box, joking with an injured Connor Goldson and all. That didn't sit right with me at the time, doesn't sit right with me now. Chris Sutton also said, it was a play on words, his tweet with Michael Beale. The former Rangers manager, he dug me out. That was based on me being a little bit petty. He dug me out. He said some ex-players are comedy acts. That was aimed at me, and look at what happened now. The job was too big for him. When he said, I was Chelsea's worst ever player. He was a Chelsea fan as a boy. I think he must have played for Charlton under-14s. He never won anything, still hasn't won anything. He must have had some sort of talent as a coach. I think this is a life lesson for Michael Beale. He should have learned lessons from across the city from Ange Postecoglou, who he called Lucky Ange. He made that comment about him when he was Celtic manager. Celtic will feel they were lucky Celtic when Beale was at Rangers, because they certainly wiped the floor with him. And I tell you what, that's a pretty sick burn there from Sutton, to be honest. He says, go on and say, the defeat to Aberdeen was the end. When fans turn, then they really turned him after losing to Celtic. 7 games isn't a lot, but there was also a Champions League qualifier where PSV wiped the floor with them. It was sort of like a London Cockney car salesman going up there with all the chat, promising a FERRARI, and he got a spluttering freewheeler. And he talked too much. The most important currency is winning. The Glasgow Goldfish Bowl swallowed him up. He went in and was bullish, trying to appease the Rangers fans. I didn't like the way he seemed to be talking about taking great credit from Steven Gerrard's title success. He was the coach. They thought he was the brains behind the operation. He got away with things last season because it wasn't his team, his recruitment. The fact that they made the call tells you the Rangers hierarchy don't trust him. Any manager goes up to a game when another manager is in a job, as Gio was. Beale went up and he knew Gio was under severe pressure. Anybody who does that deserves everything they get. He talks about integrity. That was awful. He knew what he was doing and got what was coming to him. And that is it here from Chris Sutton burying Michael Beale. And he has buried him, make no mistake about it. Chris Sutton has really got the last laugh in here on Michael Beale. And that's even from a Rangers perspective. And I'll be real, I mean, I'm not really a big fucking mark, so to speak, for this sort of stuff, ex-players trolling on social media. I mean, it's funny, but if you look at a Rangers counterpart for Chris Sutton, it probably would be Chris Boyd, but he's nowhere near as petty as Chris Sutton. Let's be real, guys. Chris Sutton is obsessed with Rangers. He really is. Every second tweet will be about Rangers. It's kind of funny, but you know what? It makes for entertainment. So here it is. That is Chris Sutton getting the last laugh here on Michael Beale. So anyway, guys, leave your thoughts down below. But until next time, peace.